who says that all video games need to be played with a straight face?
Okay, sorry, sir. I mean, Sergeant.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 comedic video games.
Screw this! Let's torch this mother! Bang, 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 bang! What the?
For this list, we're taking a look at games that put a strong emphasis on humor. We've ranked these entries based on their clever writing, amusing characters, and overall comedic value.
This must be that Woodstock place Mom and Dad are always talking about.
Number 10, Ratchet and Clank, Up Your Arsenal.
Clank, you speak, nerd.
Much like the Jak and Daxter franchise, the Ratchet and Clank games encompass all the charm, fun, and playful goofiness of a great Saturday morning cartoon.
We have company.
Where?
Behind you.
Where?
Behind you.
In addition to being the funniest title in the franchise, Up Your Arsenal is also a marvelous ensemble piece. The plot brings together all of your favorite characters like Captain Quark and introduces a few new colorful personalities, like a robot clearly modeled after Britney Spears.
It's time for you and me to rise up and strike back.
However, the villainous Dr. Nefarious notably steals the whole show, along with his long-suffering butler Lawrence.
Sorry to disturb your work, sir, but you may want to know that your impenetrable secret base on Aquatos has been penetrated.
Impossible!
Ratchet and Clank themselves are as endearing as ever, solidifying their place as gaming's ultimate comedy duo.
Dude, what a trip.
Cool, I guess.
Number 9, The Bard's Tale.
Yes, it's me. Take that!
Where the old-school Bard's Tale games were fairly traditional fantasy role-playing games, this 2004 reboot took a more satirical approach to the genre.
I'm not a bugbear. I'm just a dirty old bastard running around in a smelly old rug with a bucket for a head.
For example, the Bard isn't exactly a noble hero. He actually has little interest in saving the world unless there's some coin and cleavage in it for him.
I like a nice dessert wine now and again, especially with the fruit dish.
You can both be quiet now.
Carrie Elwes of The Princess Bride is perfectly suited to voice our sarcastic antihero. We also get some splendid work from the invaluable Tony Jay, as a narrator forced to tell the Bard's not-so-epic tale.
So it was the bard obtained everything his heart had ever desired, at the expense of the rest of the world, of course.
Whether you choose to be snarky or nice, this is a hysterical adventure full of laughs and music.
Lord bless Charlie Watts, the man who invented beer, 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 tilly, beer, beer, beer.
Number 8, The Stanley Parable.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Similar to The Bard's Tale, The Stanley Parable also derives a ton of inspired humor from its unseen narrator.
Sure, whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
The narrator here, however, is more of a puppet master. As the titular Stanley, the player must decide whether to choose their own path or follow the narrator's suggestions.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
What ensues is an ingenious satire of video games in general, additionally providing a clever commentary on the concept of free will. Basically, it's the video game equivalent to Stranger Than Fiction.
When others' minds would...
Hello, someone there?
Although the main story goes by quite quickly, you'll want to play the Stanley Parable multiple times to catch every joke, Easter egg, and potential ending.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Number 7, Portal 2.
Here come the test results. You are a horrible person.
This stellar sequel features some of the smartest and most inventive puzzles ever designed, but the appeal of Portal 2 truly lies in its brilliant characters.
Yeah, I can't do it if you're watching. Seriously, I'm not joking. Could you just turn around for a second?
The game sees the return of GLaDOS, who once again manages to be menacing and sardonic simultaneously.
If it makes you feel any better, science has now validated your birth mother's decision to abandon you on a doorstep.
We're also introduced to a personality core named Wheatley, who practically flies off the screen thanks to voice actor Stephen Merchant's pitch-perfect timing.
Do you know what? It just goes to show, people with brain damage are the real heroes in the end, aren't they, at the end of the day? Brave.
The developers get some terrific comedic material out of our protagonist too, despite her inability to speak.
Just tell me, just say yes. Okay, what you're doing there is jumping.
Even when the story takes some dramatic turns, Portal 2 always maintains its delightfully dark sense of humor.
See that? That is a potato battery. It's a toy for children. And now she lives in it.
Number 6, Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 comes equipped with a massive arsenal of guns and unforgettable one-liners to boot.
Let's tear this planet a new toll! Yeah!
Like its predecessor, this game refreshingly never takes itself too seriously. The entire campaign is pretty much one just big excuse to shoot stuff and have some laughs along the way.
Did I mention I don't have a medical license?
In the process, Borderlands 2 delivers several witty as hell characters, like the villainous Handsome Jack.
But before I cleanse this planet for good, I'm gonna avenge my daughter.
Of course, the game's most quotable character has to be the chatterbox Claptrap, who we'd gladly follow anywhere.
Claptrap beatbox time! Check it!
Action-packed and consistently hilarious, a Vault Hunter's life never has a dull moment.
This is one of them moments. Catch a ride!
Number 5, The Secret of Monkey Island.
You'll have to go through the 3 trials.
Although we'd love to hit the road with a certain dog and rabbit, The Secret of Monkey Island was an undeniable game changer for LucasArts.
You fight like a dairy farmer.
How appropriate! You fight like a cow!
This is one of the earliest titles to prove that video games could be genuinely funny, complete with a wonderful script by Ron Gilbert, Dave Grossman, and Tim Schafer.
That's the stupidest name I've ever heard.
The developers put just as much thought into the dialogue as they put into the gameplay. The result is a comedy classic that's as smart as it is funny. There's just one question that remains. What is the biggest monkey head that Guybrush has ever seen?
Why, that's the second biggest monkey head I've ever seen.
Number 4, Psychonauts.
Oh, hello there. Have you come to pay for your rainbow treats? We knew you would.
Another game Tim Schafer played a major role in fashioning. Psychonauts could only have come from an endlessly creative brain.
They thought it would be smaller.
Much of the game's humor stems from the interactions between its outlandish characters. Although everyone at Whispering Rock's Psychic Summer Camp is quirky and precocious, they also manage to be unusually relatable.
Gotcha! Hey, do you want to help us save the... Okay, is making out all anyone thinks about in this place?
Given the game's offbeat tone, it's surprising that Psychonauts was underappreciated upon release. Over the years, however, more and more gamers have come to recognize it as a masterwork of platforming and comedy.
Times have changed. The world just doesn't need us anymore.
The world does too need Psychonauts. Right here at this very camp, in fact.
This is a bizarre treasure guaranteed to resonate with that weird little kid in us all.
Remember, your talent will always set you apart, Rasputin. Sometimes isolation is a good thing.
Number 3, Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Look at him! Furry guy! Looks kind of flammable! Flammable! Oh, I like flammable.
With a title based on its main character's cuddly appearance, Conker's Bad Fur Day may seem like wholesome fun. Anyone who's played this M-rated masterpiece, though, knows that it's one of the rudest, crudest, and most wickedly funny games ever.
Hey, he sounds really pompy, like an English person. Is he up to this job, you reckon?
The utterly random campaign feels like something Alex would be shown in A Clockwork Orange. As a matter of fact, the game's opening cinematic is a parody of Stanley Kubrick's 1971 classic. On top of that, Conker's Bad Fur Day satirizes everything from Saving Private Ryan to The Matrix. Throw in some singing poo, and you have one twisted comedic adventure you'll never forget.
I am the great mighty Pooh, and I'm going to throw my shit at you.
Number 2, Grim Fandango.
Ah, the big golden door to mediocre management.
A little respect for our fearless leader, please.
Beaming with culture, style, and of course humor, Grim Fandango is one of the most unique games you'll ever play.
I can't reap hamburger, cows are a whole other bureau, not to mention the lettuce.
Tim Schafer makes his third appearance on this list with what many consider to be his magnum opus. Much like Calaca figures, all of the characters in this point-and-click adventure are equally grim and full of life.
I can't tell you my secrets, just this. You have to become one with the bandit, Manny.
You wouldn't think that Day of the Dead and film noir would go so hand in hand. Yet, these two elements flawlessly blend together in a game that brings a whole new meaning to the phrase, dying is easy, comedy is hard.
It's the only thing that makes me happy. It's like they reached into my chest and pulled out my heart and threw it into the woods.
Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
boss. You sure this isn't a setup? Did he catch that, boss?
Hey, sexy. Come here. Ooh, got some weight on you.
Who's that man with the three-piece suit?
These games are for children!
Number 1. South Park, The Stick of Truth.
So, you are the new kid. Your coming was foretold by Coldwell Banker. I am the Wizard King.
Since Matt Stone and Trey Parker are die-hard gamers, it's surprising that it took them so long to write a good South Park game.
Try and fart on me. Come on. Hi, cha!
The two finally delivered with The Stick of Truth, an RPG that's just as hilarious as the show that it's based on.
All right, douchebag, bash Cloud's face in. Don't be shy.
Aside from poking fun at countless video game tropes, The Stick of Truth offers an epic interactive South Park experience.
He doesn't remember.
He doesn't remember at all.
That's good he doesn't remember.
Exploring the mountain town as Sir Douchebag the New Kid, you'll encounter Eric Cartman, Princess Kenny, and even Al Gore. Everybody is given a moment to shine in a game that provides one huge laugh after another. Just watch out for the balls.
No matter what happens, never fart on anyone's balls. You got that? All right, now go.
Do you agree with our list?
Shut up! Who the are you?
What's your favorite comedic video game? For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
The freaking guarantee is bad luck to be you. It'll lead to